Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy. And if you do, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you stay up to date on further content. Joulantru, and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm Captain Ri'Shad'S, aka the Renegade, and this is Star Trek Online, and a top 5 video, which is coming as a precursor to the ones I'm actually working on that I just can't seem to finalize. Yes, I'm working on a top tier list of, well, a top list of my favorite STO starship designs, and a top list of my favorite Star Trek ships, non-hero, a top tier list of my favorite Star Trek ships that are hero ships / enterprises, and well, trying to get these all together is frustrating me. So how about a top 5 Federation ships that I want to see as a tier 6 in Star Trek Online? Oh, and that means every ship on this list cannot already be a tier 6, and I must somewhat explain how I think the ship could be implemented as a tier 6 ship. So, if you're interested, shall we begin? So let's start off with one of the bad girls herself, the Constellation class. Yeah, we got the Stargazer, finally, and you can get a retrofit fleet of the ship, but that's tier 5 ranking. This is a ship which I think would be amazing to see as a tier 6 starship. Not only because it's Picard's first command. Come on, with Star Trek Picard being about, it's a great idea I think on STO's part would be to give us a tier 6 variant of this ship. But over that, I know we have got certain ships that are very similar in design, would be quite close to it, but there are ways you could take this design premise and keep the Stargazer's feel. Definitely I'll try to keep the taller pylons, or the taller struts that are holding onto the pylons from the nacelles. Maybe widen them apart a little bit. You can take a sleek look to it. It's motion picture era in design, so why not go for a feel similar to the Hestia or the Odyssey with this starship? I think that would be an absolutely amazing way to take this ship forwards. Furthermore, it is seen performing one hell of a piloted maneuver and in command of a great strategist. So I'm not sure whether you'd call it let it have full pilot aspect abilities, but certainly make this a command ship with the command abilities. In its tier 6 placement, you could have its engineering position as an engineering command and have its tactical position as a tactical pilot. Just to, well, openly understand, it made one hell of a good maneuver, and although making a cruiser with full pilot maneuvers may be a bit overkill, especially with the amount of damage you'll be able to take, definitely, I think it would make a great ship with that sort of combination feel to it. I'd probably keep a very similar console loadout to what it naturally has, the low tactical, high engineering, mid science, so I want to say something around, I'd probably go with either 433 or go with 532, just for a sort of balance aspect of its consoles. Bridge officer positions, something similar to what you have with the Baran, I think would be amazing. Obviously 4-4 weapons placement, and as far as hull modifiers would go with it, I'd say 1.2 hull and 1.1 on shields. I think would be fair with this ship. Something like that, pretty damn tough. Maneuverability rating, I would keep it about the same as where it already is with base turn rate. Certainly, something to give it a good bit of toughness, but a little bit of a level up on itself, and I think that would fit this ship really well. As a tier 6 at least. Next up for the Goats though, well, that would be next in the runs, obviously on the screen, beautiful ship. Didn't get to see enough of it in Voyager, the Nova class. This science vessel is essentially one of 2 ships that took the place of one of my favourite ships. See, one of my favourite ships was a scout / science vessel, and 2 ships kind of took its place to replace it. Nova class taking the scientific role, and well, it's a very powerful science vessel. It took one hell of a battering going through the Delta Quadrant. I know it's a fan favourite for sort of a small sovereign feel, and well, we can do a lot with this ship. Science vessel, you'd keep it with science vessel, I think. But personally, I'll give it a temporal feel to it. Go with a science temporal, possibly temporal and intelligence. And this is primarily because, well, how many times did poor Harry Kim find himself in temporal problems? I feel like it's just kind of fitting. Harry Kim found himself in a whole temporal paradox issue with the Yellowstone runabout, so that's kind of my first feel to this ship, why it would have to go temporal. The amount of temporal situations Voyager went through, it's just kind of fitting to throw temporal onto this ship. I'd keep it with very similar stats to what it currently has. The 3 weapon layout, the 1.3 shields, and I'd say 1.1 on the hull. Base turn rate, I'd probably hold that at 15 as well. What you're seeing with its tier 5 variant. Bridge officer positions, definitely keep that about the same. Though I might just say one of the science positions, lower that by a rank and give the engineering position a rank increase just for a little bit of, well, nudge nudge, wink wink, what happened to the Nova class, the first Nova class you encounter in Voyager. That ship, well, had to come up with some creative engineering ideas to try and speed up its warp speed, and it did quite well. Console wise, yep, definitely go with the same feel, maybe a 3-3-4 layout. And well, I definitely would hold on to that sort of feel with this ship. Definitely, I would love to see this ship done. It would be brilliant to see a sort of motion picture feel to this ship, but at the same time, I would love to see the same sort of concept they used with the Discovery starships used on this starship for its evolution. Pretty sure they could have come up with something great there. Definitely something great. If I really wanted to amp up this ship's power, though, it might be a bit too much, and I am trying to keep all these ships in mind as Zen ships because, personally, I much prefer Zen ships to any others. Might give this ship a hangar and equipped it with Yellowstone runabouts as another nudge nudge to Harry Kim. Not entirely sure what the Yellowstone runabouts would have equipped for them, but, well, I feel like that would be just a little bit extra power for the ship. Next in the Ghosts, dropping rank a little bit, and we're saying hello to Commander Riker's ship. The Luna class, a reconnaissance science vessel, ship that explored the Gamma Quadrant. This ship is mighty. We've had the Vesta class and the Vesta tier 6, Ezri Daxis, but then we've got more science vessels that went into the blasted Gamma Quadrant. This ship was one too, and it's a beast of a ship. Very much I would consider this ship to be a sort of more aggressive version to the advanced research vessel, the Nebula class though. So I'd sort of want to see its tier 6 counterpart revved up a little bit. Keep its shields where it is, yeah sure, fine. A little bit stronger hull on it, but base turn rate, I'd probably actually reduce its turn rate down to a 12, just for a bit of balancing with what I'm going to say here. honestly, trait-wise, I've already got in my head that it's got to be something around the fact that this ship became a very, very heavily adaptable ship, so that you can have aquatics actually functioning as members of the crew alongside just any other mammal. So really the trait for this ship should mirror onto that in some manner. I'd give it more tactical capability, probably take one of its science capabilities and actually swap that, one of its science bridge officer positions, and swap that with a tactical. Give this ship some more aggressive power to it. And just to be a little bit odd with this science ship, actually give it one more forward weapon. So a 4-3 on this science ship. Call it a science spearhead now. Similar to a certain other science ship. Definitely I feel like giving that feel to this ship would be very fitting with what this ship is basically capable of. And then reconnaissance command vessel, I'd have to say, if anything goes with Commander Riker, it was his ability to lead, and command to me just plays perfectly to that. So make it a command vessel as well, give it the command abilities. Probably getting a little bit too happy with the command stuff here, but hey, oh. This ship is just, it's one of those ships that needs a little bit more love and attention. Yeah, they improved its visuals and got it more accurate to the actual artist's design of the lunar class. Now that one step more, come on. Give us, well, it is sovereign era in design. It actually has a lot about it that's similar to the Akira, obviously. So I wonder, how about step it back a bit, give it a next generation feel, or midway between the motion picture and next generation. Give it that kind of feel. I think that would be amazing to see with this ship. It's like a more longer, sleeker Nebula class almost. What do you think? Certainly I think this ship could do quite well there. Ooh. 2 science vessels. I seem to have a science thing going on here, don't I? Well, next up, and we have a bit of a problem. Ironic here, the other 3 ships there are all tier 6 in some manner. You can get tier 6 of them, but the Star Cruiser. Okay, so if we went Star Cruiser, it'd have a bit of an issue here. Mostly because, well, that's what the Odyssey tier 6s got called. They got called the Star Cruisers, didn't they? Okay, so we can't call it that unless we called it the Intelligence Star Cruiser. That's the approach I would have with this ship. This ship is one of my favourite ships in Star Trek Online. I think it's an absolutely beautiful and stunning design, and I think I know where half of its design came from, because I do seem to recall seeing something similar to it in a very specific Parasite involved Next Generation episode. Specifically when Picard was having to meet with some old friends to talk about these parasites infesting Starfleet. Well, cues to that degree, this ship is definitely one of those ships where I think intelligence would be brilliant. This ship is an Admiral's flagship kind of ship. Not really, well, a lot of Admirals were using the Excelsior class, I don't know why, but this was technically what should have surpassed and taken the Excelsior's place. Such a powerful little ship. Well, I say little, it's huge actually. And with that in mind, I would definitely keep its stats where they are right now. Yeah, she's quick. Well, she looks quick, should I say. And the Mirror Universe version of this ship you can get in the game, actually it has the assault cruiser stats to it. So, bit crossed over there. I don't know if that was intentional. Personally, I would take this ship and upgrade the Star Cruiser into the Intelligent Star Cruiser. Keep it with a 4-4 loadout. Ramp up its armor by 0.1. Ramp up its shields by 0.1. Keep its turn rate exactly where it is. And then, big change to its stats. 4, 3, 3. Give it some more tactical firepower. I would almost want to say sort of a 4-4-2. But that might be a little bit too off there for this ship. Definitely feel like the science and tactical should be balanced with this ship, and it should have that very strong engineering feel to it. I would also not necessarily change the bridge officers too much, but I would take I would probably take one of those engineering positions, not the commander obviously, but take one of those engineering positions, make it universal. Just so the ship has got that a little bit more flexibility with it. Something people can use more effectively and probably make quite the powerful beambow out of. Keep it the 4-4 weapons. Yeah. And give it a... Ooh. You gotta definitely give it a right up-to-date feel. Something nice and strong. Or actually, even if they really wanted to go with some fun with it, give it a Kelvin feel. This is one of those ships which you could transform into a Kelvin timeline ship and it would probably work really well. I don't know, so I'm doing in the cells. I would love to see that done with this ship. Maybe STL can do something like that. We don't know. Now I wonder if anyone's commented yet to guess what the final ship would be. Well, you can comment now while I say our honourable mention. The 6th one, which I'm going to mention because it's one I definitely want to see as a tier 6 ship, but the way I would do it, there's too much of it, so yeah, awkward. That is my favourite ship's Scout replacement. The ship that replaces the Scout side of one of my all-time favourite starships. Man, look at the design. Have you noticed the ones I picked out all have a similar feel to it? They're all in that First Contact era, really, aren't they? Or Next Gen. Something wrong with me here. Great tactical ship here. Definitely one that I would evolve. And if I was going to evolve it, it would actually be a awkwardly a 5 forward 2 aft weapon layout. It would have a 0.1 shield, 1.1 hull, 1.0 shield, 1.1 hull, turn rate of 17. It would be a it would very definitely be a pilot ship with me. There's no way I would go anywhere around that. Arm this ship up with 5-3-2, and the bridge officers would be heavily in the tactical line, with this ship having a tactical pilot command seat, a command tactical seat, a lieutenant commander tactical pilot seat, and I would probably, out of the interest of it, have a lieutenant universal and one of the next lieutenant commander positions, I'd say one more of them, have that as a miracle worker seat, just for that weird little buff in power, something to give it some strength to go. But There's too much of this already. Having this as a pilot ship, we've got the main pilots, we've got the Andorian pilots. Lord, we got the Magi. It's a little bit heavily done the way I'd build this ship out, so don't see that happening with the Sabre, so it would definitely be something else. Honourable mention aside. Now, I didn't say these really in any particular order. It wasn't the most wanted ship to, sorry, one of the wanted to the most wanted. This has literally been in, I want them all just as much, except this last one. This last one, I am begging for more than anything else. This last one is not possible to show you in the Zen store because I still fly this ship to this day in TFOs, out in space, doing missions. Even at rank level 65, I take this tier 1 ship out all the time. It needs some love. Say hello to the USS Give Me Tier 6 Oberth. A lot of you are probably thinking, are you joking? No, I'm not. This ship has a bad rep. It is seen as the glass. It's seen as the glass. It's seen as one lucky shot blows this ship to kingdom come. Shields aren't even down, but guess what? Boom! Well, standardly speaking, every average Oberth is really weak. It is a small scout science vessel from the motion picture era. This ship was very lightly armed. I do get amused when people say it had a single beam strip because not quite. It was actually, well, hyper modular. The entire ship is designed to be replaced, changed out at a moment's notice. It is actually armed, or not armed, quite well. Standardly speaking, it would have its standard phase emitters, which are 2 forward phase emitter points, not strips, 1 aft. And yes, there were modular designs that added a advanced torpedo tube to it, because the ship wasn't actually standardly armed with torpedo tubes, only probe launchers, and there were other things that would be adapted. And not like my ship being assimilated and adapted to service the Borg. No, this ship would be being used to test out new warp cores, test out warp coils, power systems, new circuitry, all the stuff used to test the Galaxy class, the new systems of the Galaxy class, were tested on the Oberth. Hell, the Oberth was used to test the illegally or not per treaty designed cloaking device of the Federation. Your normal Oberth is weak, really weak. But there were the Oberths that had such powerful, had been modular designed and not had these modules taken out afterwards because, well, the prototypes worked, so why take it out? It's working, it's fine, leave it in. These ships would be overpowered for its design. Some of them overarmed, some of them over-defended. You could have a Oberth with shields so damn strong, the thing just doesn't want to go down. Hull plating that is able to just pass off energy damage. Ablative armor was tested on one of these ships. It also had its own specialized armor used for research purposes. Weapons were tested on this. The mega phasers would have been tested via a ship like this. Most likely on the Oberth. Imagine that. Phasers tied straight in to the warp power distribution was used on a ship like this. A ship that had faced that kind of upgrades, an Oberth like that, would have been able to take on a D7. That's why I love this ship. This is why this ship has to come as a tier 6. And if I was going to do it as a tier 6, It'd be a science spearhead-like design. It'd have to take on the role of its scout class, and it'd definitely have to fill out its science role. Personally, this ship should go very strong in that role area, and I'd make it a miracle worker. Have to be a miracle worker ship to me. Just because the miracles this ship was performing, it's continuously having parts replaced out of it. That's what made some of them so fragile. It never really had the same parts. It never really got into a really tough functioning form because the parts kept getting swapped out. Except for the ones where the parts worked and left it in. So what would I do with it? This is a science ship. So the first thing you'd be thinking is Commander Science Position. I don't think so somehow. This ship should break the mold, in my opinion. The way this ship breaks its own mold. Because this ship never really held a mold, it was continuously being fixed up, so should other weird quirks to it. I would say this ship should have a Commander Tactical Position. But not overdo it. That is the length of its tactical capability. One Commander Tactical Position. Engineering Lieutenant Commander. Science Lieutenant Commander. That's pretty strong, isn't it? Last two positions, Universal Ensign and Lieutenant. Two universal positions, very low ranking, but enough there to give you some flex with whichever you want to go. Means you can gun this ship up and make it really strong. Or you could drop things off. It's not too powerful. I probably would actually say the Engineering Lieutenant. Yeah. Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Science, Lieutenant Universal, Ensign Universal. Console positions, well, to me, it should be a 2 tactical. Sorry. No. Think of this right. Science vessel, good tactical capability. But it's weak. It has been punched through. So 2 engineering. 2 engineering. 4 science. 3 tactical. 1 universal position. I think that would work. The Miracle Worker universal point. As far as I've even thought of console for this ship, I would say the console for this ship would have to take on the fact that it uses prototype. So it would be, say, it'd have to be prototype something. So prototype anti-proton emplacement, prototype tetrion emplacement. Something to give this ship something unusual for its ability. Possibly the ability to create, well, maybe grab 3 targets and just warp them all in front of you and capture them inside a gravitational well right in front of you. Maybe that would be strong. Similar to the graviton displacer, but not quite, because this one wouldn't be able to be moved and it would only grab a set number of targets. Trait for the ship would have to basically be trait would have to be something along prototype research and boost its ability to basically refine and react. So something that's going to quickly, basically, one power setting goes low, amps up the other power settings. Something like that. I would definitely give this good maneuverability to this ship, so probably a turn rate of 12 or 13. Hull modifier would be, personally in my mind, would be 1.1. Shield modifier 1.3. Ironic, that's my kind of favourite stats with science ships anyway. And I would never put this ship away. I could go on all day about how much I want a Oberth in tier 6 rankings. It is a mighty beautiful ship. So much so that I assimilated my one and sent it into battle with the assimilated plasmas. Oh dear. I got very long-winded on this last bit, didn't I? I do apologise. I literally only did this video so I can talk about how I want this ship in tier 6 as well. I'm not gonna lie. So guys, what do you want as a tier 6 ship? Doesn't have to be Federation. Let me know below in the comments section what ships you would love to see as a tier 6. Also, what list would you like me to make next? Do you want me to do a Klingon list? Do you want me to do a Romulan or Jem'Hadar list? Ideas. It's a little bit hard to do it with those because most of their ships do have an almost tier 6 counterpart to them. And I guess they can definitely do it with the Klingons. I can definitely do it with some of the non-faction specific ships. But guys, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I really do appreciate the support you've shown by watching to the end. And to my patrons and donators, a huge thank you for your generosity. Guys, if you want to keep up to date on everything I'm working on, check out the description below. You can support the channel personally via the 2 links there, as there are 2 options for doing so. And below that, you also have the links to our social media where you can, well, come along to our Discord or follow us on Twitter. It'll let you keep up to date on every time we're streaming, let you know whenever I pull out a video. And, well, thanks to Discord, you can join in the conversations to discuss what I'm doing fantasy-wise, what I'm doing sci-fi-wise, and, well, just general discussion. Even share your own screenshots and videos if you want. Hell, when I see good ones, I put them out in my videos, so you can always get yourself shared off there. With that being said, guys, again, thank you for watching. Until next time, from the Give Me T6 Oberth, ciao for now. Engage.